All right, the topic for today is going to be posture and shaping and sway. So obviously you know about posture, and there is a term that we use in dancing, and that is that we could have bad posture, right? Where your shoulders are probably all rounded forward, head forward. You can have good posture, and then you can have dance posture. So dance posture is even a little bit more exaggerated, and in ballroom dancing, it can be really exaggerated. So we're not gonna go for that. But we are gonna go for that understanding of having good posture in a way that it stretches the spine and makes it so that it's easy to rotate, because on the next lesson, we're going to be talking about turning and rotating. So pulling up and having good posture allows you to be balanced. It allows for easier rotation. Also be aware of the head position. If the head is forward, they say that the head actually weighs about 26 pounds. So imagine if your head's slightly forward, how that's going to affect your balance point. So making sure that your head is right over your spine, and if I just put my hands right here by my ears, if I stretch and pull up, and also I think about right here on the sternum, if there's like a little hook with a little cord that pulls it straight up towards the ceiling. So everything stays lifted and not sort of collapsed and dropped down. So keeping the shoulders over the hips and the hips over the feet in a balanced way. So that's just a little bit about posture. Then the next thing I'd like to share with you is actually something we call shaping or swaying. So that is used a lot for different reasons. For aesthetic reasons, it gives you a nice kind of side to side sort of swaying or shaping of the body, which again gives you more dimension. I know I keep using that, but that's a super important piece of it, that instead of always moving my body in a very level way, sometimes I'll want to stretch it one way or the other, and that is called sway or shaping. So that's what I'm going to talk about now. I'm going to get a hoop and be right back. So I wanted to demonstrate this with a hoop to give you a better idea. So basically there is swaying towards the direction that we're moving or our hoop is moving, or swaying in the reverse direction, or called a reverse sway. So here's what this looks like. If I'm going to move towards your right side, and let's say I'm taking a step in that direction, if I shape my body away from it, that is sway. So you can see I'm taking the hoop over because it actually shows the body position a little bit easier. So the hoop is going to my left right now, or your left, and as it goes, my body is going the opposite direction, right? So that is called sway. So as we're moving into the direction, our body is swaying and shaping in the opposite direction. And that's really handy for a lot of things. It gives you a great ability to stop quickly a movement by shaping it. And again, aesthetically, it gives you a different look. So I can also do a reverse shape, and that would be going with my movement. So if I was moving over to this side, I would shape my body in the same direction. So see if you can see the difference. And that means I'm stretching one side of the body, so it's almost like I'm shaping, and this I think is easy to show with the hoop, how I'm stretching in the same direction that I'm taking the hoop. Let me turn around and do that so you can follow me. So as we go to your right, we'll take the hoop and stretch in that direction, and stretch with the hoop. So I'm stretching my body, and in this case, as the hoop is over to the right, If I lift my left arm so that you can see I'm stretching that whole left side of the body up towards the hoop. So let's go ahead and take it to the other side, and I'm going to stretch with the hoop. And that's actually called reverse sway when I go with the hoop. Regular sway would be going opposite of the way I'm moving. So let me do that towards you again, and then we'll do it the opposite direction. So if I'm taking my hoop over to this side, then as the hoop goes, I would go away from it. And as the hoop goes, I would stretch away to give a different look. And if I was going to take a step in that direction, you can see that I'm shaping away from it. Right? And there's lots of things that you could do from that position. So I'll go ahead and turn my back. And if the hoop went this way, instead of going with it, I'm going to go away from it. And if I take the hoop out to this side, I'm going away. So I'm stretching or shaping away or towards. So if I let go of one hand or the other, I can show that taking the hoop over to the right side. If I go towards the hoop or stretch away from the hoop. So towards and stretch away. Now you wouldn't necessarily have to do that action with your arms in your hoop flow. You could, but it's just showing you that body position. Another way I like to think about it is something as simple as this. And we all probably do these, or most of us have done this. And if you haven't, it's a really good little simple movement to add into your flow. And some people call this a coin flip, or a smear, or around the world. But basically what's happening is that as I take the hoop around, I'm going to stretch. You can see my it would be your left side as I stretch my right up this way. So if I was going to take it around to the opposite direction, I'm going to stretch the body to start the movement of the hoop around the body. So just so that you can see that action and it's engaging my whole body instead of just doing this. Now I could just do this sometimes for an effect, or I could use the whole body to really give me some nice shape into it. And the body is actually kind of sending the hoop around and the arms around, just like we talked about in our arm styling, to there. Well, as you can see, posture and shaping or swaying the body can be an important element to add that dance in also. So good posture and understanding about how to use the shaping and swaying of the body to potentially send the hoop around or to make lines.